Hello everyone, this is Leeway Model and welcome to part 6 of the Winnebago Lesharo 1992 restoration. Well, if you notice, a couple of things have changed. I know I haven't published anything in a while, but I'll be honest with you, that whole video editing thing takes forever. Actually, almost as long as working on the unit itself. And at some point, well, summer is here, so we'd like to get this thing out at some point. So yep, less filming and more work was done. So let me give you a little tour of where we are right now. I'm going to start with the outside, and to be honest, the outside is not the most exciting thing because not much has changed. But still, I'm going to tell you a couple of things which I feel are important in this situation. Well, I tried to do a little test on how to repair the rust over there. It's not super, well, this door is actually a lot thinner than I thought, so I'm gonna have to use more than just body filler to repair those things, unless I can find some, well, I'm not gonna say new doors, because new and this is pretty much alien, but honestly, some door with less rust. Now, the other thing that we've done, here I've replaced that electrical outlet. I'm not sure if I've showed this in another video or not. The other thing that we have done is to make sure that we replace the vent with the one I had in mind before. We just found out that whatever this thing is venting is actually not going to smell that much. And again, if it's still a problem, we'll just, we'll just move it somewhere else and I'll repurpose that vent for something else. Now, if you look at this little fender here, it's not installed. That's because it's only temporarily there. We found a nasty hole, and what you see right now is me who just patched it very quickly, and it's super ugly right now, and I have to clean it up. But to do that, I need to remove the wheel, and I have also another one in the back. I'll show you inside what it looks like. It's now been fixed. One other thing you can also notice, this is the propane locker right here. I've replaced as much of the little handle here that I could. That one I can't replace it for now. I'll see if there's anything that I can do, but it might just stay like that. And for people who don't know, you are not allowed to lock up propane containers, which means that yeah, this will have to either be this or nothing. So for now, it's going to stay like that. Talking about that, we do have another container on the other side. If you guys remember the first video I made. So this container here originally only had that one, so I've actually added this. Now these things, I just have to tell you, you have to measure them really well. That's the third one I had, because I mean, at first I wasn't even aware that there were different models. Anyway, now when you open this up, you can see that the batteries are now installed right here. Now those batteries, if you look closely, they're currently unhooked here and here. This is where the positive would be hooked on that little fuse here, and this is where the negative would be hooked with this. Now, why did I unhook them? It's because we're finalizing some finishing touches inside, and I'd rather the coach not to have any electricity while we do that part. Another thing that I did, this thing here, I thought that the cable might chafe on it, so I've actually put some fabric tape, and I've also used the same fabric tape to start building a little harness for my different wires, so they're not going to chafe in much places. So other than that, you will notice that the whole thing has been cleaned, rust has been removed, and it's been reprimed, and that's why it's all looking nice like this. So here, usually this is blocked off. I just want to tell you though that even though this is normally blocked off, we unblocked it. I'm not sure if we're going to reblock it after, if we're going to drill a hole here, because this gives a very good access to if we need to, put some wires in. And those two batteries there, these are lithium iron phosphate batteries that I had that were just laying around. Rested for 3 years in a shed, and believe it or not, when I hooked them up, it took a while, but I was able to wake them up, and they have something like a 98% capacity original capacity remaining in them. So I mean, they're still pretty good. If these were lead acid batteries, I mean, they would be completely and totally dead after being completely forgotten in the back of a shed for 3 years. Next, actually, you know what? Let's just close this up. And now that I have these, I don't need to lock it anymore unless I plan on locking it. Here, what did I do? Well, this year I tested the septic system to realize that almost everything was leaking. So what we've done, we pretty much replaced everything. Now this is not glued in yet. All the pieces are still I mean, they're still free to fall. So we're gonna have to fix this before we move the vehicle. And it was just put there for a test fit. And as you can see, this is gonna look pretty neat. I mean, all new valves and everything. If there's one thing that you want to take care of is your septic system before septic stuff gets inside of there and you have to fix it because it leaks. Now, if we go inside, very briefly, because we're at the driver's side right now, you're going to notice the passenger seat is not in there right now. We have it. It's been very, very, well, it's been very, very deep clean like this. These are actually smelling good now. And it's not an issue now if you want to sit on it, you don't need to burn your clothes after. Now, the other thing that you can see, oh, actually, you know what? Let's go inside completely so that you can see all the different changes. Before we go inside, though, I'd like to let you know that those wiper arms here, if you have a Lesharo, you're going to know that wipers are very difficult to find. So we had to modify them to allow some modern wiper to be hooked up in there. The original wipers that were there are not that common anymore, and they're a bit of a pain if you need to replace them. Okay, so let's go inside. Well, the first thing you're going to notice is that the color has changed quite a bit. And the floor also has changed in several places. Like I told you, we did not put the passenger side in just yet because we needed some space for a bit of equipment. But let me explain you what we did. Now, the first thing that we did, all of those plastic trim were taken off. We cleaned them, and I think you saw them. You saw that in one of the previous videos. This was like super disgusting below what you could expect from any reasonable vehicle. We had to completely clean all the air conditioning equipment right here. There were rat nests and other super nasty stuff. But now everything is fine. And this thing, although the air conditioner doesn't work, the vents work pretty good. We've also painted it in gloss white. Now it's a bit dirty because of all the work that we've been doing in here. But beside this, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the result. This is now a 110 cable that I brought in to install a 110 outlet here, and I'm gonna have a USB/12 volt thing on the side here. That's the original hookup for the TVs that was there. This is gonna be the lighting that will be in that cupboard there, which, by the way, here are the cupboards. We were able to salvage about 2, and the other 2 we're looking for some other cupboard. Now, the color palette that you will find in the van from now on, you're going to have the whites, the blacks, and the light blue. So all of these together are going to make a very, very well, bright interior compared to the mossy cave it was before. So beside this, that windows, I still need to fix the mechanism on that window here, but this one has been fixed. And believe it or not, this little thing here, you can purchase it in any RV parts store, and it's not as uncommon as you may think. And now, well, it's very, it's very solid. It works very well. And as soon as I go back to that store, I'm going to get another one of these. and do that one, because that one, well, right now the handle is not in there, but if you turn this, you can turn it for 12 hours and that windows will never open. It will just become loose and start leaking. Okay, let's talk about the floor. So the floor, that I just want to say that this floor was not well, that might seem weird to use that kind of floor in an RV. You would expect something that looks residential. However, the person who's gonna inherit this RV once we're done with it decided to use this. Why? Well, I'll show you why. This is a Pixel 2.0M. Yep, that's my personal RV. I'm not gonna do a video about it today, but I will in the near future. I mean, that RV has this type of flooring everywhere, and I'm gonna tell you, it's basically indestructible. And it kind of looked good also. So there you go. So when the future owner of this RV told me that she liked it, well, I said, you know what, we can install this. And how do we install this? Well, think about the way, then think simpler. What we have is basically this here, okay? The way the flooring is made, first we have installed some, you know, some cheap acoustic pads, okay? And those acoustic pads are actually going to help with reducing road noise and also reducing the heat that comes from the highway reflected during the summer. So on top of that, we've put a pretty thin piece of wood. I'm not sure if it's this thickness or thinner than that, but anyway, doesn't really matter. It's just to have ourselves some backings for the floor. And on top of that, well, I was looking for something reliable. And there you go, carpet tape. Well, that sounds weird, but let me tell you one thing. This is designed for patio and other outdoor, and it's designed to stick to wood and rubber. Well, guess what? We've got wood with a rubber floor, and it works pretty good. Once everything's going to be there, and everything's going to be screwed down and in their final position, this thing will never move. So here you see the way that we've built the floor. First step was basically to clean the floor and reprime it. Secondly, I patched all the holes. Now I told you that there was a nasty hole here. We don't see it as much as we used to, but this is where it was. So we've actually soldered something else into place here and here. And yeah, I'm gonna need to patch something here also, because I mean, you don't want to see outside. Anyway, so now that all the structural reinforcement has been redone and it's pretty solid, the next step is going to be to remove that wheel, fill out everything from underside, and then re-add undercoating to seal everything up against water. Anyway, this little plaque here, this is where the propane was coming in, and now we took the propane out from the kitchen, if you guys remember. And the reason why we did that is because we're going to have an induction stovetop. The only thing that's still going to use propane here is going to be this thing here, which is the furnace. I looked into replacing the furnace. It's at over $1,000, so this one's going to stay there because it works. Okay, so beside this, we've reprimed the floor, added the acoustic mats. Now, don't worry about the brand. I mean, this is just like some cheap random brand that I found that had the same characteristic than anything else. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. One thing I changed, and the reason why I've unhooked the batteries for now, is this thing here. I've had to change this because the other one, well, let's just say that I was not quite confident the way it was sounding and the way it was clicking and the way the whole breaker seemed to be falling apart. So I just decided to change the whole electrical panel and converter. On top of that, the converter, that you see here is compatible with lithium batteries, whereas the other one is not, well, was not, obviously, because in the 1990s it didn't exist. Now, if you want to know which board that is, and that's a direct replacement, here's the cover for it. And it is, I took a Series 8009XX80. So that one in particular is 8955 because it has a 55 amp charger for the battery. And I'll tell you, there's a reason why we went with such a large charger for a small camper like this. And the reason is right here. So guys, this is a 12-volt air conditioning unit. Because the front cab air conditioner is not working yet, and I don't think we're going to make it work this summer, decided to implement a 12-volt AC system, put a large charger in so it can work for an unlimited amount of time as long as it's plugged. And with the amount of batteries that we have here and the consumption that this particular unit has, we should be good for about 5 to 6 hours going down the road with this thing before it reaches the next campground. So, yep, we're going to try it like that. And I've tried it so far. I still need to have all the wire going through. And I'm going to probably drill a hole right here to bring them in. Because unfortunately, 12-volt ACs means that, I mean, there's no free lunch. So if you don't have the volts to provide enough energy, you're going to have the amp to provide the correct amount of watts. That means that if you have higher amp, you need to have bigger wire, and unfortunately, they won't fix in that little tube here. And yeah, so anyway, I have to pass them. Another thing that we've changed, if you notice right here, this thing here, it's currently turned off. This is the battery monitor, but it also operates the BMS inside of those batteries. These are Renogy Smart batteries that, again, I had them for a number of years, and to my surprise, I mean, they were like champs, almost like brand new. So this little monitor here was installed to be able to manage them. Now, I did make a mistake when installing them. I would have preferred if it was a slightly higher. The only thing that I have to only myself to kick in this situation is that I forgot to count the frame, because once I've put the frame there, well, that gap almost, I mean, it does not touch, but I mean, super close. So anyway, that's pretty much it for where we are at. I mean, it looks worse than it is. What is left is pretty much put that seat back there, screw back those plastic trims in the back, and that's a couple of screw thing. Finish the acoustic deafening here, and then after that, cut some wood to put there, install another floor, then I can reinstall both seats on each side. And yeah, I'm going to show you the seats, by the way. I mean, I'm very surprised on what we were able to do with them. And anyway, let's go there right now. And once those seats are installed, well, I'm going to put the kitchen right back here. It's all painted already. It's just has to be screwed back in. And the new fridge is going to go right there. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to modify it slightly because I made little mistakes when I took my original measurement. I measured the frame of the previous fridge, whereas the new one does not have a frame, and it's actually slightly bigger. So let me go show you this here. This is almost well, no, this is a labor of love. To make a long story short, what you see here is after 8 or 9 passes of a little carpet cleaning machine. This thing was black, if you guys remember. Well, right now we've realized that it was light blue. And the other passenger seat right here, you can look here, it is light blue. So yep, here's the kitchen, the kitchen island, I guess. and a couple of the hinges that were repainted. I guess I still need to do one pass on them, but again, the color is going to be light blue / gray, white, and black. So I guess that this pretty much concludes everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We are getting close to final completion for this year anyway. The house part's going to be done. They're going to enjoy it a bit. And, next year, we're going to take a look at probably making all of this looks better. Oh, yeah, one thing I did not show. Look at, well, I don't know if you can hear this. This is all sound deadened from inside. Insulation has been put in the, I think we can see it here. And why was that insulation put this way with that sound deadening? Well, again, if you look at my Coachman Pixel, that's right there. That's how they do it in 2026. So on that note, guys, this is Leeway Models. I hope that you've enjoyed that update. And I guess this is a new format that I'm going to have, because otherwise I just never get to video editing, prefer to be honest with you. That's not the part I like. The part I like is to bring back this thing from the dead. And hope that this is also what you guys like. Leeway Model, out.